Oh, gonna move. Let's see. Hello, everybody. It's Kelly from Stamping in the She Barn. I am going to give you a few minutes to get on board here whilst I get finished getting a little organized. I'm gonna close my door just so it'll be a little quieter in case Molly starts to bark or something. Today we are going to be making a calendar easel card. Put this off on the side. Let's see, I really got a mess happening here. Been working on cards all morning, trying to get stuff ready for my card club that's on Saturday, and my card swaps from the mini and the new mini, January through April mini, and the January online exclusives. So I have a total disaster in my stamp room right now. I got just enough clean space right here to be able to do my video. Then I got to go back at it. So if you are here with me, please leave a comment. I'm going to see if I can move that light over just a little bit. Please leave a comment that you are here. And when I see a few people commenting, I will get started with a little bit of stamping news. And then we will get on to our project for today. I want to just share these two cards with you. Last week we did this card. Let me just see if I can find in here. We did a card where I did it where I had the boat sitting more on top of the dock, and Eileen had said, what would it look like if it was under the dock? And I created a new card with it under the dock, and I have to say, absolutely night and day difference. It should have been under the dock, because when I went back and looked at it, it looked to me like the boat was sitting on top of the dock, and that's not how a boat should be. Boat needs to be in the water. Okay, so the other thing is, I was talking about creating a card where it was at an angle like this versus the dock being straight across. So I did create one like that, and I do like that one. Actually created a couple of them. Here's another one that I created with that. Did a little bit of a different layout to it. And then this one was one of them that the boat was actually on top of this dock, and I was able to get underneath that dock, put the boat under there, and then I had to cut it at a little bit of an angle because of where my post was on the card. And then here's another one that I was able to get it off the dock and tuck it underneath the dock. And then, of course, this was the other card that I believe I made this last. Yeah, I actually had this one done. I was looking at doing that as a swap, which I did do an idea like this as a swap, but a little bit different than that. So I am still not seeing any comments of people here yet. And I know I think I got here right at 3:45, where I usually give it a couple more minutes before I start. Oh, I see a couple hearts, so somebody must be there. And I'm just not seeing the comments. And I think my top part there, I could see a name, and it looked like Caroline King. So I'm guessing maybe Caroline is at the library. There she comes. Hi, Caroline. Hope the weather's nice there in California. It's been cloudy all day here today. It snowed a little bit. Sounds like we're going to be in for a little more snow tonight, and a bit of snow tomorrow. So might be a little bit of a tougher traveling day tomorrow. But it is winter, so it is coming. Sad to say. All right. What time do I have? Oh, Karen's here. I have 3:50, so I am going to go ahead and start with a little bit of the news. And whilst I'm at it, I will leave these two cards here. I was talking a little bit earlier before maybe both of you got on here, but last week I had the boat sitting more on top of the dock, and my friend Eileen said, what do you think it would look like with them like under the dock or off to the side of the dock? 100 times better. The other looked like it was in a stupid place, to be honest with you, and I didn't even think about it till Eileen said something. So thank you, Eileen, if you come on for that comment. So here's one that I did with the dock going at an angle and the boat at an angle with a little bit different saying. So I'm just going to leave those there, and then I am going to bring this in. We're going to talk about the December watercolor and bloom again. Nice and sunny, currently 69, low tonight of 39. Oh, that would feel so good. We've had below zero here a few times already. Don't like it, but, you know, I live in Minnesota. That's how it is. Okay, back to December watercolor and bloom. Tomorrow is the last day to take advantage of the Cyber Monday special that they are offering on paper pumpkins. The paper pumpkin deal, if you remember, I talked a little about it last week, was a prepaid subscription. You can get 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. You can save, let's see, it was $20, $40, or $80, depending upon which prepaid subscription you want to choose to buy. So keep that in mind. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, that might be something you would want to get in on. You have to be subscribed by the 10th of the month. Oh, my mom's here. Hi, Mom. By the 10th of the month to be able to, oh my gosh, I can't even find a place to hide some things over here because it's so full of papers. So you have to be subscribed by the 10th to be able to get in for the Paper Pumpkin for that month. If you do get in on this special, you definitely will need to do your prepaid today or tomorrow, and then because the sale ends tomorrow night. And then on the 10th, you do get the December Paper Pumpkin Kit. If you are a subscriber already, and you choose to get this subscription to save some, that's awesome. But just keep in mind, if you don't suspend your other subscription, you're going to get 2 of the December Paper Pumpkin Kits. So that's it for the Paper Pumpkin special. We currently have what's called the product of the month, and I was not able to get the product of the month as of yet. And I thought I had a picture here, but actually, now that I think about it, it was a picture I seen online. I think it's beautiful. It's a blue paper, designer series paper. You get I think it's 5 sheets, 2 of each sheet. Nope, it's 6 sheets because you get 12 sheets total, 2 of each designer series paper. And I think it's just been a beautiful paper, but I just have not got to putting an order in yet that would qualify for that. I did my order for my Paper Pumpkin, and that was it so far. It is while supplies last. You have to put a $75 order in to be able to get the product of the month, and then you get the product of the month for $5. And remember, you get Stampin' Rewards for the full amount that you do. So if you do the 75 plus 5, you'd get it for you get $8 in rewards because you get 10% on the sales. So let's see, we will be having the January online exclusives that will be coming up. You can start ordering them in January. We are finishing off the September through December mini catalog. There are quite a few items that are in here, excuse me, that are on the last chance list. I got a cough again. Excuse me. That are on the last chance list. So be sure to go in there and take a look at the different products that are on last chance, because once they're gone, they're gone. So just so you are aware, anything that is a cling stamp set in here, let's see if I can find any that specifically say photopolymer are good. Any cling set, those cling sets are going to, oh, this I know is on the last chance list because I'm making my last, my card for Saturday with this set and designer series paper. But if there's a cling set, we know it's going on the last chance list because we're going to be transitioning to all photopolymer stamps in the near future. Well, from here on out, there will be no more red rubber cling stamps. They just can't get the red rubber for the product that we sell anymore. It's been difficult. So that's the reason they're going to photopolymer. So take a good look at that. And then, of course, I cannot find my January mini catalog here. Lord only knows where it went in this room, because it's a disaster, honestly, in here. All right, so how are we doing on time? 3:56. I think I'm just going to show you a few more cards, because we're going to be doing a drawing for some of these cards. So there's that one from last week. This is an alternate that I changed up. Here's another one that I created as an alternate. This was one that I did ahead of time, but creating card swap with this, a little bit different layout. I think, hi Lynn, you made it too, awesome. I think I'm going to hang on to those swaps and not share them until I get all the swaps in the beginning of January. So that's one of them. Here's another one of the cards we'll be giving away today. And again, I switched it so it went underneath the dock instead of sitting on top of the dock. Here's one more. We'll give away, I think we're going to give away 3 of our boat ones today. Okay, so if you are in my card club, you probably have already seen, oh, wait a second, I had a couple more. Are these my boat ones? Oh yeah, remember last week I shared one like this? I will tell you, I did end up making one of those for the swap, so you did get a little sneak peek at it. But I'm going to keep these other ones till the swap happens. So we are, if you were in my card club, we made this little easel card with a calendar. If you need to get calendars, I order my calendars from Tailored Expressions. You can find them online. This is the 2026 mini calendar. So you'll be able to pull it off, and then you'll have every month in that calendar. And then on the back of mine, Tailored Expressions also offered a different little cards that you could put in there. And I'll tell you, there's some really super funny cards in there. But I wanted to stick with Christian-based cards, so that's what I ordered. And then I just added a little bit of color to them. So this is one of them. And the paper that I used, let me just show you one of these here. Is so here's what the paper in the background of this one looks like, and that is, let's see, thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. So here is our layout, and I'm just gonna give you the dimensions on it before we get going on it. Oh, hi, Dorla, you made it. Awesome. So here are your dimensions. This is a 4 1/4 by 11-inch paper. It's scored at 4 1/4, 8 1/2, 9 1/2, and 10 1/2. And I have already, I'll leave that on there if you want to do a screenshot of it. And then I already put tear and tape on the bottom. And I already cut my Designer Series paper. So, oh, I didn't give you the dimensions of that. Let's see. That is 4 inches. I think it's 4 by 4 because it's a square. Let me just double check that for you. Yes, it's a 4 by 4 piece of Designer Series paper. And then on some of this, like on this calendar one, I did not put a background piece on there. I just wanted to see more of the picture. But you could put a background piece of cardstock on that if you want. And let me give you the dimensions of that quickly here. Let me get this. Okay, so it is 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. So that's a 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. And then that fits like a perfect mat behind your calendar. If you wanted your calendar to pop out a little bit more, you certainly could do that. Okay, and let's see what else. Oh, on my back piece, let me grab that. This one is actually 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, the background piece on there for our Christian saying. And I've got like all different kinds of Christian sayings in here. So I'm going to just probably pick out a couple different ones and we'll put it on the card or on our Easel Calendar card. So I think that's it for that. Let's get started. Now I have 3 different images. I have this one and this one. These are all done on Calypso Coral Cardstock, and the Calypso Coral, I chose that because that was one of the colors in the Thoughtful Journey paper. And when you get the paper, they tell you, oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, it's on there. I almost thought, did I not read it right? But it tells you the colors they use for the inside of the different designs. I can show you some of the papers in here. Here's this one. And then, of course, they have back patterns to them. Here's this one. So you could easily do that with a boho blue or petunia pop. Here's another one. I had a bunch of these cut up for my card club ladies, and they got to pick which patterns they liked. There's a few more patterns in there, but I'm getting down on the paper, so I think I showed you all the ones that I do have. So let me put that aside. Okay, and then let's just fold this up. So you're going to take it and you're going to fold it and you're going to crease it at that 4 1/4 score line. And then when you do the bottom score line, you want it to look like this. So your first one is going to get folded down and then up and then down again. Caroline, as I mentioned before, I would like to order a calendar from your group for Mom. Let me know what the charge is. Well, you never know, Caroline. You may win one of these next week. We can wait and see, and if not, I can sure see what it would cost to mail one out to you. So up to you if you want to not take the chance and have me find out what it's going to cost to mail it out. I can do that because I have, let's see, I have 3 calendars left, 4 calendars left, and I have 2 more samples. So I'll be keeping one for myself and then probably giving away 3 for sure next week. I do have one I want to give to our burger night waitress that can get one of these. So now I just have to decide. Whoops, that's the back piece. I just have to decide, do I want to cover up more of this picture with putting that back piece on, or do I not? I could move it down a little bit. You know, it's not, I don't think it's that big of a difference. I'll be talking to you about these materials. I guess I'm reading Dorla's. I guess I'll be talking to you about these materials to you for Dorla World. Oh, maybe she needs them for her tax people or something. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on there because I just like how it stands out a little bit. I've already put tear tape on here, so we can pull those 2 pieces of tear tape off. And I don't fold mine up until I get all my pieces on there. It's just easier to be able to press things down on a flat surface. So I'm going to get this out of the way. I just want to center this. I have to move it down a little. Hopefully I'm not out of the screen. Okay. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to put some tear tape on the back of this. I could probably use my tape, my Stampin' tape. If I win, can it go in that card and I can send you a check? Oh, for today you're talking about. Yeah, you could do that, Caroline. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put tear tape on here. Because these won't be given away until next week, just so you know. Because we're always 1 week behind. But I could use Stampin' Up's tape on this, but I'll tell you, when you're doing something to me that's a little bit more, not getting my fingernail under there, there we go. When it's a little more movable, I would tend to say use the tear tape because it's more aggressive. Caroline, I have more sayings in German and French from other kids. Would you like to? Oh, good, Laura. Okay, you guys can square that one away. All right. I am keeping it down towards the bottom, and I'm just going to center it to the sides and the bottom. I think I'm good there. And then, of course, we want to burnish that a little bit. All right, and then this is our back piece. So I'm going to lay this like this, and I'm going to go ahead and put my, oh, this is Mossy Meadow. I think I forgot to mention that earlier. Now this one, I'm not putting anything too heavy on it, so I'm going to go ahead and use my tape. And actually, let's put a couple little extras in there just to stay good and firm. And now I better show you this first. When you tape this up, you're going to tape this to the inside of this, not the outside, because it keeps it nice and clean. So I have my whole back to work with for centering. So we're going to go ahead and center this on the back. Okay, I think oh, might be up a little bit too much there. Okay, there we go. And then let's see, what am I going to pick? The Lord is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer. Grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ. With God, all things are possible. Oh, I like that. And I like that this kind of coordinates with that. For God gave us a spirit not to fear, but of power and love and self-control. For he who has promised is faithful. I'm going with this one because I like that picture with it. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to that piece. And then, so in this paper, we have wild wheat. Some of these colors are actually in color that went away because this paper's been here for a while. So let's see, what do we got? Wild wheat, Petunia pop, that's not really in that one. No Misty Moonlight, Blackberry Bliss. There's some Lost Lagoon. Not sure that that's going to go good with this green. So I think I'm going to stay with the Mossy Meadow. Let me just grab my blends of Mossy Meadow. Okay, I have a dark and a light of my Mossy Meadow blends. Hope you guys took advantage of the Black Friday sales on this. That was awesome. Let's see. I'm going to start with my light just because I like to color with light. You can't, to me, you can lighten the color up with a color corrector, so you can lighten that a little bit. But I'm going to just color the whole thing in with the light, and you can see on here it's light Mossy Meadow. And then I'm going to come back and just go over those lines. Got to turn this a little bit. Just go over those lines with the dark. And I'm not liking that I went a little bit off that side, so let me grab my color lifter. Let's see if I can get that color pushed in a little bit. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to my dark Mossy Meadow. And oh, you have brush tip and you have fine tip on these. I'm just going to use the fine tip. Oh, Leanna made it. Hi, Leanna. I'm just going to go over that little stem. There we go. super easy to color. And then let's get this put together. So when you do this, you fold this up, and then you're just going to peel this off. If I can get a hold of it. I got 0 fingernails here. There we go. Okay, so remember we did valley, mountain fold, okay? So let's fold this back down on this. And then we're just going to take this piece and we're going to bring it right back and hold it down to the bottom, and we're just going to burnish that. Okay, now I totally forgot I was going to add some ribbon to it. I think I can put some ribbon up at the top of this. So I grabbed, here it is, just a simple 1/2 inch white ribbon that was from a discontinued paper pack. And I'm going to just put this ribbon right up at the top. And I think I will, oh, I want that shiny side out. I think I will attempt on the video to tie a bow. That doesn't always work well on a video, but I'm going to give it a whirl and see if I can make it look like a nice bow. And then I'm going to make one more, and I will add the ribbon to that before I put those other pieces down. Okay, see how we're doing here. Oh, not too shabby, except that I don't have it very tight. Let me try this again. And you can, if you have one of those reverse tweezers, which I have one, but it's over on my other desk. So I'm thinking I can get this to tighten up. There we go. All right. Maybe just pull that a little bit. I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter. And then I am going to add just a little bit of adhesive under there. And I'm going to adhere my bow down to there. There we go. Look at how super cute that is and how fast and easy it is. And our nice little saying on the back. Okay, so let me just set that one up there. And I'm going to make one more. Let's see, what all do I think I have 3 of those designs and I have 2 of these. So I think I'm going to do this one just because it will give me the opportunity to add a little different color to the front of this one. Okay, so calendars, where'd my calendars go? There they are. Okay, I've got some adhesive on here, so I'm going to go ahead, same thing. We're going to put this on here, but oh, you know what I'm going to do before I stick it down? Oh, Julie made it. Hi, Julie. Before I stick this down, I want to fold those bottom pieces. So let me just adhere to my Petunia pop piece. Again, that is 2.5 by 3 1/4. 2.5 by 3 1/4. And then let me just fold these. So I'm gonna get this scored. And I really think, you know, you could use any of the beautiful designer series paper that Stampin' Up offers. But I really like the scenery ones. And you could even add, I can't remember if I said hi, Leanna, but if I didn't, hi, Leanna, you could even add, let me just grab a couple here. Here's one I think is still available, Splendid Autumn. Got some beautiful autumn pictures in there. Let's see. Oh, I got a whole pack of Thoughtful Journey. I will get one of them because then you got summer, you got all different seasons in there. What other one do I have? Splendid Autumn. there is, oh, there's one that's beautiful gallery. Oh, hi again. I did say it. That's good. There's some beautiful gallery ones that probably could be really pretty with this also. Pretty simple. Mossy Meadow is a good one for different colors for summer and fall. And then let's see what the back side of these look like. Oh, the back side's pretty neutral on them, so your calendar wouldn't take away from any scenery on this. This one looks a little bit busy, road map type of thing, but that one might be a good one too. So I guess it just depends on what you like for scenery. Okay, let me put that aside. Get back to our little project. Make sure I got everything scored so when I'm ready to get there, we can do that. Okay, so now we'll go back to putting some tear tape on our calendar. Let's see, I am going to start with, if I put this, oh, you know what? I'm gonna move this up a little bit and put my ribbon at the bottom on this one. I think that will be a good plan. Okay, get some tear tape on here. But see how easy these are? And honestly, the calendars were not very expensive at all. I think you got them in a pack of 10, and you could buy like a rectangle like this, or you could buy a square one. And the square ones, I think the square were a little bit more, but if not, they're only like $3.50 for a package of 10. Let me think what else. Shipping was a little bit higher on it than I was expecting, because I think they ship them out in a standard package, but I did order for some of my other demonstrator friends, so I did have more in my order. Okay, let's see here. Let's put this guy on. And you know what? I'm going to hold off taping him down. I'm going to get this ribbon on here first, and then it'll be able to help me see where to put that piece. Okay, and this one, I think I'm going to just do a knot. Keep it simple. Hopefully, if I have to mail this out versus someone winning and picking it up, it won't be quite as expensive. But when you put that knot in there to mail, it's going to add a little bit to it. All right, let's slide that down a little bit. Just got to come up a little. Hopefully I'm not out of the screen because I forget to look at that. I want that down just a bit. My little end in there. There we go. Okay, let's cut these little ends down a smidgy. And a smidgy. Is smidgy a real word? I wonder. I don't know. I think we all know what it means, but I'm not sure if it's a real word. Okay, then I am going to take a glue dot, and I'm going to put a glue dot under here, just to keep that where I want it to be. Okay, now I can put my calendar on here. And I want to see a little bit of that pattern, of course. You can center it if you want, but I kind of want to see a little more of that pattern. So there we go. Now I've got to pick my saying again. Let's see if I got any others in here that I really like. Be joyful in hope, patience in affliction, faithful in prayer. The Lord is my strength and my song. Ooh. That's kind of an interesting one with this little flower pattern. Greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. Cast all your anxiety on him, for he cares for you. Ooh, that's like little blueberries waiting to happen. Be still and know that I am God. That's it. That's the one that's sticking out to me. I am going to, because we have Petunia Pop and Calypso Coral, I'm going to see what I got for blends to color those. So let's see. Petunia Pop. I got that. And Calypso Coral. Calypso Coral White and Calypso Coral Dark. Perfect. Okay. I'm not sure how them are going to, well, they're right there. They do kind of look okay. Let's go with it. I'm going to color this little guy. I think I'm going to stay with the lighter. I'm using the brush tip end. I know, I hate to cover pretty patterns too. I hear you, Laura. Okay, I'm going to just do a little bit here and there, and then where I don't have colored ones, I'm going to come back with the dark. So it'll give it a little bit more dimension to it. Oh, I think I need one in here yet. Okay, let's come back with the dark. Give it a little dimension. What do you think of this project? Do you like it? I think people can always use calendars. This would be a perfect little desk calendar for somebody. A gift for a coworker. Something like that. And really quite a reasonable price, because you can get 2 of these calendars out of one sheet of cardstock. Okay, since I'm going to be using Mossy Meadow on the dark, I am going to color these little leaves in the Mossy Meadow. And then I'm going to come back with my Petunia Pop. And I'm going to start with a light and see if I like it, or if I want to come back with dark. I want to see what it looks like next to this. It's pretty light. I think I want it to stand out a little bit more, so I'm going to come back in here and go to the dark. Yeah, I like the dark better. Anybody doing early Christmas parties with your family, or wait until Christmas? I think we always celebrate Christmas Day with our family, but I think this year we might have to look at Christmas Eve, because I think one of my grandsons might be doing a little traveling to go visit a friend of his. So I think that might be an option. Okay, it's time for me to have a little drink of my Mountain Dew. Or as Chris would say, MD, now that I know what that stands for. I was trying to decide if I want to go with my Mossy Meadow on that black line, but I don't think it's fine enough to do it. So I think I'm going to leave it. And we're going to go ahead and adhere this right onto my Mossy Meadow. There we go. And Mossy Meadow piece was 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So now we can go ahead. I think I am going to, before I glue this down, I'm going to add a piece of ribbon to this side also. So let me just put this little piece of ribbon on here, just to bring that into the back. Let's see, Caroline said, helps my mom remember each day when she sits down for dinner and crosses the day off. Yeah, I remember you telling me that too, Caroline. I think that's awesome. Okay, and let's just do something a little different and pop this little guy up on the back. Not that we have to, and probably dumb for me to do that. If I got to mail it out, that'll make it even thicker. But oh well, it's only money, right? Okay, oops, this needs to go up just a smidgy. Ooh, I think I got it. That needs to go down. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and center this on the back. Ooh, I like that. I like that with that ribbon. Okay, and remember, fold it up. Pull our little piece of tearing tape off of there. There we go. Fold this down to the bottom. Give it a good rub. There we go. And if you wanted, I mean, you could easily even add some little rhinestones to this if you want. We could make a knot and put on there if we wanted. Again, it'll thicken it up a little bit more. And there's our front. I think this is just beautiful. Okay, so there is our projects for today. Let's see. I don't know if you can, I'm just going to have to let it sit in its easel so you can see them there. All right, we are going to, let me just put this in my bucket, clean up my little area, get ready for our drawing. All right, we're getting closer to cleaning my disaster up, my little color corrector there. We have plans, Christmas plan. We haven't made Christmas plans yet. Depends on whether it isn't. That could be very true there. That can stop some people from being able to travel when you hope you can get with them. All right, let me put that away, put my scissors up. Okay, once again, there's your Designer Series paper measurements and your score lines for that. Get my pencil ready for our giveaway. Move these guys out of the way. Okay, let's see what we have here for our drawing. We've got quite a few people here today. We got, well, for our drawing, we got Karen, Chris, Jerry, Caroline, Leanna, Lynn, Barb, Virginia, Beth, Laura, Bobby, Eileen, Lisa, Luann, and Julie. So that's our little pieces. Let me get some envelopes here. And let me pick the 3 cards we're going to do. I think we'll do this one that we, made, or I think I had that one made earlier because I remember my little ribbon there. This was one that we made last week, so we'll go ahead and do that one. And let's see. Let's do this one, and okay, you guys decide. Do we want pink hat or green hat? You decide, pink hat or green hat. The most votes will do one of those 2 cards. Pink, green. And then we'll do these other 3. And then let me just put this other one away. And let's see. Well, I was going to tell you again, what was the name of that set that we used? It's a new one coming out in the January through April mini catalog. We use the Aspen Grove trees. And then we use the, I think it was By the Dock. Where did I put it? It's in my mess over here somewhere. Oh, here it is. It is Peaceful Dock. Those are the dies. And that is the stamp set. Well, it's looking like green is our winner, I think. I got green, 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 green. Okay, green it is. All right, so we have these 4 cards to give away. So let's do the green one right away. All right, here we go. And our winner is my friend Bobby. Congratulations, Bobby. Now, if I remember to bring this for burger night, we're going to put Bobby on here as her card. All right, then let's do this green hat with our little lily pads and our tree. And our winner for this one is Beth. Beth, you'll be getting this one, so let me put that on there. I'll be mailing that one out. I'm going to change to my pen. She is a demonstrator friend. And I just blurbed that big ink on there. I'll have to get a little white out on there. So we'll put that, I'm going to put it in the envelope so I do not lose it. Knowing me, I'll go, which one did I pick again? All right, and then we'll do this happy birthday one. Shake these up. And our winner for this one is Jerry! Yay, Jerry! Okay, you'll have to let me know, Jerry, if you want me to hang on to that until our meeting in January, or if you want me to mail it out, you just let me know. Put that in here. And our last card with the books in it, winner is Karen. Congratulations, Karen. Okay, let's put Karen on here. And let's see, Karen, I seen you last week and I forgot to give you a card, so I am going to put this with the cards for Karen for Saturday. So let's do that, and whilst I'm unwinding here, I'll put these other 2 that we had created. I'll put them aside. Let me get rid of this right where it's going to go for Karen so we don't forget. All right, I think that's it, ladies. And I don't know, maybe there's a gentleman on there. I have no idea, but what are we doing? 4:33. Wow, we got done fast today. Chris made it. Hi, Chris. Let's see, what else did we have? I think that was it. Chris, you can kind of take a peeker at what we had. Let's put these aside and look at what we made today. So there's one of the easel cards. And this is another one that we made with 2 different backgrounds. And they're just set up easel cards so they can sit right on someone's desk. Okay, I think that's it, ladies. I hope God blesses your week, keeps you happy and healthy. Let's see what else. Oh, I should probably tell you, because I'm looking outside and it's getting to be about that time. We have had the does come in. Yesterday we had 2 bucks come in. One of them is absolutely hilarious to look at because he's only got 1 antler left. I'm sure that it got rubbed off, so he was probably a 4-pointer, and now he's a little 2-pointer. But we have 6 or 7 does that come in. I should really post the pictures because I got a bunch on my camera. They are absolutely hilarious. There's one, and it must be a younger doe, or it could be a buck, I guess, and it's just this year or whatever, but it races around here like a crazy horse. I mean, it just goes. It's hilarious to watch. And then all of a sudden it sees you and it's like, on go the brakes, and he looks at you, and then he gets running again. It's so much fun. I love living out here. So anyhow, you guys, thanks for letting me ramble on a little bit. Have yourself a blessed week. I hope to see you back here next Monday. I have no clue what I will be making for next Monday, but I'm sure I will come up with something fun. So let's see. You have a one antler boy. His antler's tiny. Maybe it's the same one because he's a little guy. It's not big. It's funny, Lauren. You're close enough. Maybe it wanders that far. I don't know. But anyhow, bye everybody. Love you guys. Take care. See you next week.